Hello. In this lecture, we will discuss how to set up a PMO in an organization. There are several steps to this process, and we will discuss each in detail. The first step in setting up a PMO is to understand the organization. When formulating the PMO structure for your organization, you need to consider the best way to balance between the PMO, organizational culture, roles and responsibilities, and management style. Remember, the PMO does not exist just to exist. Its purpose is to deliver value to the organization. Find out what project delivery challenges your organization is experiencing today. From there, you'll have a much better idea of how to deliver value early. Once you understand the organization, you need to define the objectives of the PMO. These objectives should align with the strategic objectives of the organization you learned about in Step 1. For instance, it would not make sense to set up a PMO with success criteria centered around cost savings when the organization's focus is on technological innovation. The third step is to define the role and type of PMO. This will depend on the services required of the PMO, where it will be located in the organization, the current project management capabilities, and the methodologies utilized such as traditional versus agile or both. The fourth step is to define metrics and success criteria for the PMO. The metrics should be driven by the type of PMO, defined in Step 3, as well as the mission and objectives of the organization and the PMO. Remember to involve the sponsor and stakeholders in the development of metrics. According to the PMI Pulse of the Profession, most PMOs are measured by the following. 1. Project delivery versus schedule evaluation. 2. Customer feedback evaluations. 3. Performance against financial goals. 4. Project cost versus budget evaluations. 5. Formal evaluations of project managers and PMO staff. 6. Stakeholders feedback evaluations. And 7. Project owner feedback evaluations. The fifth step is to define the PMO staff. This includes determining the number of staff, the skills required, and the roles and responsibilities of each. The sixth step is to ensure that you have top-level or executive management support. It is difficult to get senior support and buy-in. Even if you do, it can be difficult to keep them engaged. Trust me when I tell you that while this step is hard, it is probably the most important one. Without their support, you will not have a PMO. Once you have this support, it is important to keep them engaged and involved. The best way to do this is to show quick wins early in the process, show benefits early, and continuously develop the value of the PMO over time. Once the PMO is established, it is important to continue to measure improvements and to show progress toward achieving objectives and success criteria. That concludes our lesson on how to set up a PMO. As Machiavelli said, it must be considered that there is nothing more difficult to carry out, nor more doubtful of success, nor more dangerous to handle than to initiate a new order of things.